Hello and welcome to Bourbon Forage Fishing, YouTube's #1 bourbon forage fishing channel. Check out what I found. This is a mother unicorn of mother unicorns. This son of a SOB is so hard to find. I found countless WLWs, William Llewellers. I've even got a Pappy 15, a couple of them. This is the first time I ever saw this thing in a liquor store. I think the first time I ever saw one, as a matter of fact. And guess what? I bought it. I didn't pay the full secondary price, but I did pay a pretty nasty markup. So I did kind of park this out and had some friends and local whiskey guys help me pay for it by selling some ounces of this stuff. So, disclaimer. I don't think I'm an Old Forrester guy, okay? The Old Forrester single barrels, I'm constantly really disappointed by. I quit buying those single barrel proofs. I think Old Forrester has really great entry level stuff, like their 1910, their 1920, even their just run of the mill stuff, the little black and orange label ones. Like for beginner drinkers, I think Old Forrester is really the way to go. They've got some really great, really affordable, highly available stuff. When they move up the ladder in terms of limited release and speciality, I am just constantly disappointed. So this was the most disappointing bourbon purchase I ever made. I traded a WLW for it and kicked myself every day for doing that. I don't particularly like this. It's good. It's just, to me, nothing like a GTS or a WLW. And that's Brown-Forman Old Forester. And prior to that, my biggest whiskey disappointment was, I think, the 2022 birthday bourbon. I drank it and was just not impressed. And guess what, guys? I was at a buddy's house. He had the 2019. We decided to put these next to each other, and his 2019 beat this by a little bit, but I didn't super care for either of them. We were putting them next to the Maker's Mark's cellar age, and I very much preferred the Maker's Mark's. I'm just not a birthday bourbon guy. I'm curious, does anybody out there really like these things? Like, these things I think go for like $700-800 on secondary, which I think is just silly. They're just really silly stuff. This is 12 years, and at 12 years, God, it seemed thin, seemed lacking flavor. I just really don't care for Brown-Forman and Old Forester stuff. I just don't like it. It seems thin and yeasty. There's no creaminess, there's no butteriness, there's no richness. It's like water, yeast, and some caramel or something. I don't know, and some oak. They're usually very oaky. Even with the King of Kentucky at 62%, 15 year, it didn't seem rich and creamy. Like, no viscosity. It seemed watery. So I don't know what the deal is, but the birthday bourbon doesn't really blow it up my skirt. Wish I hadn't bought this. It's basically, I mean, it looks pretty on my desk, on my shelf. You know, it'll be a nice one to leave there. I probably won't drink much of it, and it can sit up there for years. And we can talk about, wow, these are so hard to find. It'll be a conversation piece. But in terms of drinking, it's just not my thing. Now, if I saw one for retail, of course I'll pick it up. But honestly, if I pick it up, I'm going to use it for trader bait. You know, I'm going to get a GTS for this, which I'll make that trade all day long. Tell me what you think. Does anybody out there actually like birthday bourbon, or is it like a Van Winkle thing? Is it just a trophy? Maybe some people like that flavor profile. I don't know. Tell me. I want your comments down below. You've been watching Bourbon Forage Fishing. Thank you for watching Bourbon Forage Fishing, and take care.